Hi, I'm DRutter. It's July 14th, 2020. I'm out in my shop recording this evening. And before I started, I just wanted to remind you, if you're watching this on YouTube, this channel is likely not going to be here for very much longer. A lot of channels like it are being shadow banned and or just outright completely deleted, memory hold, and pretended like they never existed. All the comments, all the likes, all the metadata, all the information is lost when that happens, and that's happening to a lot of people right now. Again, another wave of it just right now the past few days. So I don't know what the future holds for this channel, of course, and I have been thinking that that would happen to me for a long time. So if you're still watching this on YouTube, just please have a backup plan. I also post most of my videos, and in fact some videos I don't even post on YouTube, to other platforms like Library, Float, and BitChute. I find BitChute to be a little bit manipulative and a little bit censored and stuff, just like YouTube is, and probably will end up doing the same thing, but I'm uploading there as well. But I'm definitely uploading to Float and to Library, which are censorship resistant and hopefully censorship free platforms. So please join me there if you have not, or at least remember that in your head when this channel disappears. If you notice that it even disappears, because you won't be notified, it just won't be there anymore. And if that happens, just remember in your head, DRutter on Library, Float, and BitChute. Okay, so I wanted to talk tonight about gold and silver, something I have talked about on this channel since the start of this channel, in fact. Well, then again, I did start this channel in 2006, in the very, very early days of YouTube, even before it was owned by its current owners. And but I was talking about just liberty and Ron Paul and stuff then, just a few videos and comments mostly then. And then I went really into gold and silver at the beginning of 2009, and I don't remember what the price of gold was exactly, but I think silver was about $12 US, and I was paying very close attention, and I started my channel then and said, I don't know how long silver is going to be at $12 US. But it seems like it might be a good time to get some physical. I think that still was a good call. It has not really gone below $12, especially with those low premiums we had in those days. It was essentially almost no premium, like 50 cents or something per eagle on top of the 12 bucks. So it was pretty cheap to buy them then. I don't think it has gone down, the physical price down to $12.50 or anything like that. But anyways, this isn't about that. This is about the price of gold and silver now. And of course, we don't even know what the future holds, and we know for sure that the price of gold and silver are manipulated. When I started my channel, that was a conspiracy theory that I talked about a lot, and now has just become fact. It was a conspiracy. They were conspiring, and they did manipulate the price of gold and silver, and it still is manipulated, and we don't have true price discovery. So I don't know what the future holds for us as precious metals stackers or holders or investors or whatever we consider ourselves here. I myself consider myself a stacker, a saver. I believe in precious metals as savings, as a store of intrinsic value, as privacy, and as decentralization. The ultimate decentralization from government money, from government currency, really, is real money, is gold and silver. So if you want decentralized, we talk about that with cryptocurrencies a lot. Really, if you want decentralized and you want to hold it in your hand, then gold and silver are the best money. Of course, you can't send those on the internet with the snap of the fingers, so they aren't the perfect currency in all situations, but gold and silver are definitely the best money that we know of and that we have right now anyway. And they probably always will be, or they will at least hold some value, because gold and silver, it seems, we can't just create. Until we can do that, they will have some value because they have scarcity and they have some usefulness. So if something has some scarcity and some usefulness, that is what basically gives it value, at least in humans' minds. Because value, of course, is subjective. But what is the value, or what is the price? Let's talk about price maybe of gold and silver right now. I'm not going to put some charts on the screen. I got darts to throw. We got darts. Let's throw the yellow one from a seated position. No, not bad. talking about price, silver is what, $19 today? That seems like a temporary blessing. Like, well, the crash, the economic crash, collapse brought silver down very low. There wasn't any silver available, and all bullion stores across the world were essentially shut. They were considered non-essential. So there was no bullion for most people to buy. Some people managed to purchase online, but most of the websites actually, when that crash happened, when silver, I don't know, went down to somewhere anyways, down there, it wasn't really available for people. So if anyone did buy there, congratulations, especially if you got physical in hand at any of those prices without ridiculous premiums, then congratulations, but there weren't very many like that. And I think now silver at $19, it has been creeping up if you want to look at a chart, or if you have been paying attention. I'm not going to do that here, but it has been creeping up, and the chart looks just beautiful for a slingshot to 20, 22, even higher dollars. And then if that were to happen, it would be off to the races. We're talking physical shortages and a short squeeze and capitulation basically in the markets for the short sellers. So if that were to happen, I think there would be a mess. But I think a lot of short sellers have moved into long positions. So, which just could be even more explosive. So, especially for the physical market, I think premiums will start to go up again. It's quiet right now, and there is some supply available, and we have experienced, what they're calling reopening or whatever. So there are some bullion shops open in some towns. So if people have availability, if there is gold and silver bullion, this is my little video to say this might be that 2008, 2009 moment. I was around for that moment last time, and I was paying attention to silver and gold throughout 2007, 8, 9, and so on, and ever since. So I have seen that entire cycle, that entire economic crash cycle, and then that recovery, and then that, fear or fundamentals-driven bull market that comes after that. It comes often a year or two after, and can go even longer than that. The gold bull market lasted for years after the crash of 2008. So this is really probably the beginning. The chart looks essentially like a slingshot, if you want to put it that way. Not physically, it doesn't look like a slingshot, but to me, the setup, it looks like, just bullish on multiple time frames, and it looks like the momentum will be strong when it goes. And I feel like it's been slow and quiet right now. You don't hear a lot about gold and silver. Let's throw another dart. Let's throw the red one. Oh, not bad. You don't hear a lot about gold and silver. Very little. And there's just, it feels like it's a lull before the next bull move. And I did successfully call the bottom of the gold market in 2016, was the very beginning of 2016, and the end of 2015. And I said, that is the bottom of the gold market. It is going to be up from here. And it has been up from there. Gold has not been to those low prices ever since. We've had now 4 years of steadily climbing prices. Of course, it doesn't go up every day or every week, but it has been steadily climbing essentially every month since then, and certainly every year since then. And we're now, gold now is at $1,800 today. And it looks very strong there. It doesn't look, like, of course, it can be taken down at any time, or it can just, the electronic price can drop, of course, at any time. But what I'm saying, at some point soon, it does look like, this looks like a slingshot for both gold and silver. Both their charts look very, very, very strong. And I think, as someone who's been watching this since, 15 years basically, I've been watching gold and silver prices and charts. And for at least 12 years, I've been paying very, very close attention and doing my own charting and my own analysis of fundamentals and following the stories and following the news and everything about gold and silver for many, many years. And the supply side, the demand side, everything I went into for years with the DRutter divergence and charts and even silver porn, like all angles of silver and gold, I feel like I have looked into and I have experienced. And I feel like this is that moment again where we had Da Vinci J15 and we had Stella Concepts and we had Vision Victory, and I guess we can name a few other people there, but we had a solid core of silver channels on YouTube, and it became a community back then. I don't know if anyone was here then, but the gold and silver thing became a real community. And my channel was part of that, and we went viral. We all, we did a lot of work. We put a lot of work into talking about gold and silver during those years where it was very, very exciting. And the channel, some of the channels did very well. We are hitting that point where there's not a lot of channels that are talking about it. I don't know, you can search gold and silver and you can find people that will talk about it and stuff, but I don't feel like there's that community anymore, and I don't even feel like there will be that many people that see this video, because my channel has been just brutalized by the algorithms, by censorship, and YouTube has admitted that they are shadow banning and manipulating view counts and hiding videos and channels even of anything that's not mainstream, anything that's not of the official narrative. They even admit that. They say it that way. It's got to be authoritative, your information, your channel, or it's not real. It's considered fake news, it's considered dangerous, and it's deleted, or at least shadow banned. If they can't catch you on any kind of technicality or whatever, they'll just shadow ban you, so only your subscribers and your core subscribers really can see you, can find you anymore and know that you're uploading even. I've uploaded almost 800 videos now to YouTube over the years, and for the first while I was gaining subscribers rapidly. It felt almost grassroots, and it felt almost organic the way that the growth was back then on YouTube. You could go viral, you could do videos that all of a sudden would get 10, 20, 50,000 views if you put effort into it and you hit the right topic at the right time and stuff. I can't do that anymore, no matter what, and no matter what effort I put in, how much quality, what great information I have, how right I've been on so many things. It doesn't matter. This channel has been deemed, to be squashed, deleted, choked out. So if you're seeing this, congratulations. There are not very many people that are seeing it. And I was able to attract up to 5,000 people per video just doing something like this. I would go sit in my backyard and aim the camera at the moon and talk for 5, 10, 15 minutes and get 5,000 views. And some of those videos are still up. You can go see it. So, there was an audience for this kind of conversation, and now there is not, or at least we have been disconnected from our audiences. Nobody knows that I'm here. Nobody knows that this is still happening. And I have been right all along, and maybe that is why I am being silenced. I have been, taken down. But I am still technically here. I can still upload, so it gives me the feeling that I'm doing something. But I don't consider YouTube my main platform anymore. I don't know where's my main platform. I don't really have one. Maybe I post a lot on the blog of Steam and Hive, those two blockchains. I post, almost daily on there. And when I don't do a video, I'm doing a post. I'm writing something, or I'm doing photography or whatever there. Not always on gold and silver, of course, but on liberty and related topics there. So I'll put the links to that down below. But this video is, my message was and is that gold and silver, it might be that time for precious metals again. It might be that time. We don't know. I've been fooled, and we've all been fooled. We've been tricked and abused for years with this electronic chart. We have been misled, manipulated, and lied to, and stolen from, for real. That's not hyperbole. We actually have been stolen from. Anyone who's invested in precious metals, it was a fraud, it was a scam. The COMEX and everybody, all JP Morgan and everything, it's all has come out that they were manipulating precious metals markets and profiting off of it at our expense. So anyone who was trying to, stack or even invest or whatever over the past 15 years was wronged, was harmed and stolen from. And that is disturbing, and but at some point, either they are going to let it go or it's going to get out of control. I don't know if this is then. I don't know. But I do believe that at $19 for silver, especially US dollars for silver, that is amazing. And I think you can get Canadian silver in Canadian dollars in hand for about $30 to $31 Canadian for an ounce, a troy ounce of precious metal. Anything under $100, precious metals for 2 digits doesn't make any sense to me. These are heavy troy ounces of mined metals that have been refined and pressed into bars and coins, and we're selling them for $22, $30 Canadian. It's bizarre. And if you look into the fundamentals of silver, we don't need to talk about it here again, but there is a shortage of silver bullion, physical silver bullion above ground. There's very little of it above ground. It gets used. There's a huge demand for it. So there could be a shock coming. If there's a bullion demand picks up for silver again, it doesn't matter what the industrial demand is doing. Maybe all industries are going to close except for like some cell phones and stuff being built, but it doesn't matter. If the industrial demand goes to zero even, the physical bullion demand can outweigh, can dwarf that industrial demand. And it has before. And I think that was what the divergence was about. It was showing that the demand for physical bullion was just not, it wasn't having anything to do with the price anymore. In fact, it was going the other direction. The price was dropping and we were just buying more. And so this may be that point now, another turning point in history. I'm not going to say what the chart's doing. I don't know. I don't know what the chart's going to do next. But this may be that point where silver and gold, especially silver and gold bullion, are a really, really smart thing to have at least a little bit of, especially if you can afford to save. I believe precious metals, one of their best uses is as savings. And I believe in savings. So if you have the ability to save, if you have a little bit of, say, cash or whatever, crypto or whatever you aren't using or don't need or want to move into precious metals, this may be the time. It may be. Cannot tell anyone what to do. And even if I could, even if I was qualified, I would have no idea what to say right now. The chart can do anything, and we've been fooled so many times, but the setup, at least technically, it looks so perfect. And everything is lining up, and it just feels like it might be that time. I haven't made a video like this before, so this is, for me to come out and say this might be that time for gold and silver, I don't know, that might mean something because I haven't done it before. Yes, I have said now is a good time to buy bullion, and I always have believed that, and I still will believe that, especially any price under $100 for silver. It will be a great time to stack bullion if you can hold it for a long time. And that temporary blessing may be about to expire, that blessing. I don't know if gold at 1800 is that cheap, but I do believe that silver at $19, silver always outpaces gold in a bull market, and we are just starting what could be a massive bull market. Silver could make proportionally much larger moves than gold, and at $19 or even $30 Canadian, for silver in hand, that is just so cheap. And we have been given, I guess we have been given an amazing opportunity, you could say, to be able to do that right now, as they are printing trillions of dollars out of thin air, minting trillions of dollar coins even, to pay off debts, and all these ridiculous things that the Federal Reserve and the central banks of the world are doing right now. Literally trillions of dollars every week being created and pumped into the system. And for silver to be at $19. I'm just saying it might be that time to have a look at gold and silver bullion. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys are well. Talk to you soon.